We pause for a second or two. This is episode 167, Medical Journals into AI. For some years, in modern time at least, we, all of us, have grown accustomed to having our own personal medical journal. That when it comes to our health, when it comes to the functionality of our body, we have a journal for our continuous medical status. These our medical journals consist of a number of different documents. There are blood results. There are hormonal values. There are X-rays of different parts of our body. There is a history of the different diseases or illnesses or injuries we might have sustained throughout the years. There are different diagnostics. There are different ways of trying to put names and etiquettes on different states of our bodies as well as minds. So our medical journals consist of many different kinds of documents, and all of us have strong feelings about these our journals. They say things about our bodies. They say things about our minds. They say things about our lives, our history, how we have felt, what has happened to us, how strong we are or how weak we are. We feel strongly about our medical journals. Today's episode is called Medical Journals into AI. And what is happening now, some development now happening, is that more and more people are being encouraged and also comply in uploading parts of their medical journals into AI, into programming, into computers, into coding, into the internet. More and more people are uploading parts of their medical journals into AI and the internet. And today we are talking about that phenomenon. We're talking about what that is, what that could be presently. The emotional skill for today, the Polaroid for today's episode, is universal skill body. Our medical journals are about our bodies, and we feel things throughout our bodies about our medical journals. So it goes both ways. It's this sort of relationship between our body and our medical journals. And how we emotionally relate to our body has to do with, in part, how we relate to our medical journal. And likewise, how we relate to our medical journal has to do with how we relate to our body. And now, up until now, we should say, up until now, our medical journal has been between us and a doctor, another body. So we and our doctor sit together and look at our medical journal and, so to speak, together make emotional decisions about what this medical journal tells us, how we should act upon it, or how we should not act upon it. And now, what is happening concretely, what is happening is that the doctor, the other person, is being replaced with AI, being replaced with technology, being replaced with computers, programming, coding, being replaced with a complicated thing. So we are used to having tests made. We are used to having X-ray images taken. We are used to talking with our doctor. And together, our body and the body of the doctor is jointly making decisions. But now, people are encouraged, we are encouraged by the developers and the proponents of AI to, instead of referring our medical journals to a doctor, to refer them to AI instead. So we are being encouraged to not turn to another person any longer, but instead turn to a machine. AI is a machine. Universal skill body is about how we relate to our body, how we feel about our body, how we make use of our body in our lives. And when it comes to our medical status, how we feel medically, so basically how our body works and functions in day-to-day life, before we have sort of reached our decisions on how to deal with our medical body together with another person, together with another body. So multiple bodies, 2 or more bodies, have come together to help one of the bodies feel better. That has been our reality. That 2 or 3 individuals, or 4 or 5, or a team of individuals come together to make one individual feel better. And now, in those cases that people instead upload their medical journals into AI, the body that needs medical attention is instead referred to a machine, referred to programming, referred to coding, referred to something inanimate. So a lonely body, just a lonely body, not consulting other bodies, but dealing with itself in solitude. From a bodily perspective, in solitude. And that is something. Existentially, socially, that is something. That when our body is not feeling well and we are scared about our health, we are no longer referred to other bodies, but instead referred to a machine. Deprived of other bodies and instead given a machine. There is also another aspect in this, and that is that we have been used to having our medical journal private. It has been between us and our doctors. It has been more or less private, more or less hidden from third parties. But now we are being encouraged to freely upload parts of our medical journal onto the internet. Upload our X-ray images, upload our blood values, upload our diagnostics into AI, into the internet, the public internet. So no more privacy, but now that very sensitive, if you will, information about our bodies is now encouraged to be put into the view of everyone. To share our blood values and X-rays of how our body looks inside, and share it publicly. And this is also something. It is not nothing. That our body is now being displayed, or we are being encouraged to display many different aspects of our bodies, of our medical and mental health, and display it publicly. And thereby making the body, our body, less our concern and more the concern of a third party or the collective. This is a major shift. This is a major shift in how we view our bodies, in how we think about ourselves in a situation of vulnerability. Because once we need medical attention, that is when we are in a position of vulnerability. And now people in a vulnerable position are being encouraged to display themselves from that vulnerable position. And that is something. That is a shift. That is a shift in universal skill body. And we will see how common the practice of uploading medical journals into AI will become. Possibly it can become quite common, quite widespread. And if so, it has the potential to shift a lot about people's relationship to their own bodies, people's way of relating to their own physical vulnerability. It could, for example, lead to people making lower claims when they find themselves in a vulnerable position, as they are being encouraged to display their vulnerability. And as they no longer are referred to another person, another physical body, but instead is referred to a machine who does not feel or care. It will, in most likelihood, make people lower their standards about their bodies, lower their claims to consideration, lower their claims to care, human care. So we will see. This is a strong subject. It makes us feel a number of things. And as always, we pause for a second or two and take a moment to just reflect upon how we feel about it. That's it for today. Thank you.